I joined the military basically to get out of Justin, Texas, which is really funny because as soon as I could, I came right back to Justin, Texas. I grew up in a family of four older brothers, and I was the only girl. I just wanted to do something on my own. My brothers served as well, and so it was just kind of my calling, I think. Once I realized I'm really leaving, like this is really happening, it was exciting, but at the same time, I still had very close ties to my family, and so it was hard to leave. My job in the Army was a 92 Yankee, which is a unit supply specialist. I went to basic training in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and then I went to advanced individual training in Virginia for my 92 Yankee. It was about 9 weeks long. Once I actually got to my unit and started doing my job, it was maintaining my unit mission capable with all of their necessary supplies. It was also a lot of property accountability. I had millions of dollars signed over to my name, and I had to subsign it to the end user, so to speak. There was a lot of details. Being lower ranking, and I was in the headquarters platoon, so meaning that I was in the same platoon as the company commander, the first sergeant. I was stationed in 3rd ID, which is a primarily male brigade. It was often kind of implied that we were less than being female because, we weren't infantry or we weren't frontline. You can be looked over, but you have to let everyone know, like, you are just as capable and you are just as valuable. I think my two saving graces were growing up with 4 brothers and into being good at PT, physical training, because I could PT with the guys, and so they respected me for that. I was deployed to Bakuba, Iraq for the year of 2005. We left in January of 2005 and came back January of 2006. Landing in country is insane. First we made it to Kuwait, which wasn't exactly like a hot spot. We had to take all of our equipment to get like ballistic proof shields in Kuwait. And so, once we're doing that, it's kind of like, oh, okay, this is getting real. And the day that we left Kuwait to convoy into Iraq was like a quiet night. Like chatter was minimal. And yeah, we convoyed into Iraq 2 or 3 times a week. I would leave our fob and convoy over to it was called Anaconda. It was an Air Force base there in Baghdad. It was just my job. That's just, load up. If I had to man the 240, then I would be up in the turret manning it and scanning, making sure that no one was trying to hurt us. But yeah, people were trying to kill us. So there was a situation where a friend of mine died at the hands of another soldier. It was just prior to coming home. It was November of 2005, and there was a group of friends, a group of guys that were in their room. They got into some sort of argument, and I just heard, stop, and heard footsteps running, and shortly thereafter, just pop, pop, pop. And one of the guys in my unit shot another one of the guys in my unit, and he didn't make it back. I got home in January of 2006, and I got out of the military in September 2006. I feel like, being that I only did 3 years and I was still young, it was fairly easy to come out of that military mentality and jump back into the civilian life. Currently, I am in transportation. My husband and I own a trucking company, and so I do all of the logistical side of it. Military experience has definitely helped me in running my own business. Just the logistics of sending truck from point A to point B and knowing that from point B I need to bring them back. That's kind of like the simple version of it, but it definitely has helped. Some of the things that the military taught me that I've been able to use in my civilian life would be time management, which is kind of funny because everything is managed for you. Definitely an appreciation for life in itself and appreciation for family. The things that bring me most pride and joy now are, of course, my girls. I have an 8-year-old and a 17-year-old who I live for. My brothers still live close, so my nieces, my nephews, everyone knows I'm just a phone call away, and no matter what they need, I'm there. I often joke my real job is PTA president. I spend a lot of time at Justin Elementary, where I also went to school. Both of my daughters have gone through Justin Elementary, have gone through Northwest ISD. I graduated from Northwest High School, and my older one will graduate from Northwest High School next year. So it's kind of full circle to have grown up in this little town, and it's definitely grown a lot. But to be able to come back and serve this community in this way, in this capacity, is definitely a blessing. And to be able to be engaged with my children and the teachers, the staff, and to make a difference is definitely something that brings me pride and joy. I will say my entire military journey, I honestly just had the greatest experience. I enjoyed it. Even being a female, and there is the stigma that maybe there's not as much anymore. I don't really know. I never really felt out of place. I always felt like it was home. Overall, it was great. I really enjoyed it. My name is Nayla Escamilla. I served in the United States Army from 2003 to 2006.